What is up, friends? Happy days. It is time for some FACEIT League. We are almost through week 5 here in season 7. Got back from our little bit of break, kind of got into the flow of 2026 here a little bit. Finally starting to break a little bit of rust off. It was taking me until through the week. I don't know about y'all. It was taking me until through the week. I don't know about y'all. We got a big doubleheader matchup for you tonight. I got a lot of FACEIT League for you tonight. We're going to start with an NA Master Division matchup between Emote down mid and Kafe Kintsugi. Should be a good one. The elusive Kafe Kintsugi have only played 3 matches so far in this 5-week season. They're supposed to be playing 2 a week, but never mind that. I think we finally caught them here. We locked them down. We're like, you're playing, damn it, you're playing a game. Okay, I'm kidding. But it should be a good one. I've been looking forward to getting this squad on stream. I always enjoy watching a play. We're going to take on a always dangerous Emote down mid here tonight, and then following that, we're going to have an expert division matchup, time permitting. We will then go into an NA expert match. We've got NCSU Red taking on Vivacity Valiant at the 9 o'clock hour here at Central Time, at the next top of the hour. So, yeah, I have found that most matches finish in under an hour. Especially like 4 maps or less. 95% of 4 map games, I say, finish an hour, unless you get Hybrid and Escort are both played and they both run long. Like, for the most part, matches finish in an hour unless they're a 5-map banger. And then, everybody wins. Then you've got a 5-map banger you get to watch. So, but with that said, let's get into it. Let's take a look. We're getting into our Master Division match. We're going to go start by looking at our NA Master Division standings. You got Kintsugi coming into one. Like I said, they've only played 3 matches so far this season. They rescheduled the vast majority of the matches from the first half of the season. But I could have swore they were 1-1 going into the break. Yeah, their 3rd match was earlier this week. Yeah, it was 2 days ago. That's what I thought. They were, in fact, 1-1 going into the break with a 3-0 win over Extinction. Which are your defending champs out of season 6. So a statement win there. And then drop a series to YFP. So yeah, that was what little information we had on this Kafe Kintsugi squad. Although YFP, previously known as Boot Troop, very strong team, and this was a 5-map series. This one went the absolute distance, very close. You can see even here, deaths looking pretty comparable. More deaths for Kintsugi for sure, but if you're looking at like the average, 15 deaths for Winter, 15 deaths for Noxious, that kind of thing. 10 deaths for Zebs, 9 deaths for Mari, 39 elims is 36. This is an extremely close series, right? Also, their match on Tuesday is another 5-map victory, 5-map game. This one, they're able to come out victorious over Artemis. And Artemis, we certainly rate very highly as well. But we have very little information to go on. Versus EDM, EDM are coming in 3-3. They opened up 0-3, but have won every game since then. So a little bit of a rough start, but they've turned the ship around and now sit at a dead 500 record. We'll say, lost to Hive Mind, lost to Costa. These are teams I would not have expected EDM to lose to, I will say. But I think it was just a little bit of a struggle early on. Putting up wins against Helios Garden and In Control are very good wins. But also, you're going to need to be able to beat teams a little bit higher caliber if you want to make it to playoffs. And I think Kintsugi would be one of those teams. We are going to get a Nepal pick out of Kintsugi to start. I'm going to get the side swapped, as they will start in the red outlines. And we're going to get a Roadhog band right out of the gate here from Kintsugi. Fantastic. Of course, EDM, you've got Cardi on this team for one, so you never quite know what you're going to get. I've been watching some cartifan ball myself recently. Of course, we did have a patch come through today. So, as I mentioned, Whole Hog did get a bit of a buff. But really nothing too significant. Zenyatta and Ayari got buffs, and we've seen both of them in small doses. We're going to get a Vendetta ban here out of EDM. Oh, hey, Jill's doing the same match. I don't blame you. It's exciting to get Kintsugi in. This DPS line. I've been so high on this DPS line for so long. Lich has been impressive for, the entirety of FACEIT League, starting with the come up on Tanuki, all the way to today. And winner saying, made it into OWCS there with that incredible Amplify run at the beginning of last year. And Winter looked like the strongest one there, and looked like the one of at the time. Man, I love you and I love Gap. At the time, Winter looked like the one player on that team that truly belonged in OWCS, and looked like she could really hang there. I think it's just a matter of like, are these players like really grinding out? Are they really like, I mean, is this, you know, are they able to dedicate the time to focus on, you know, just grinding Overwatch right now? I mean, with holidays and, you know, who knows what's going on in IRL, right? University and whatever. You got to stay on the grind. That even just falling a week or two behind can put you steps behind as far as getting, especially right now in the meta with Vendetta becoming as impactful as they are. So even just getting a couple weeks behind, or having, you know, not being able to play for a little bit, or not being able to stay on the same level of grind for a little bit, you can fall behind the rest of the division. Honestly, I mean, looking at both of these teams, I mean, Reyzr is one of the smartest people. I got to meet Reyzr. I think he's just got a really good head on his shoulders, a really smart player. I think both of these teams have a lot of high caliber players. Now we got Grapes alongside Gorilla. This is a nasty backline. This should be a good match. This should be a damn good match. I'm excited to get into it, and I'm hopeful that we get like both of these teams at 100%. We get both of these teams at 100%, then this would may go the distance, and frankly, we may not have time for our second match of the night. I guess we'll leave the kill feed on. I know. It's been a point of debate between myself, and I. Sometimes I'm thinking it's doing more harm than good to us, friends. We are going to get the Cardi ball here to start. And I actually saw a quote on somebody just posted earlier today on the Dreamlight Arius match of why do teams think Wrecking Ball is good? And I don't know if this was meant condescending or if it was a genuine question of what makes it good, but there you go. I mean, I think that was a pretty good example. Right on cue. You get the pop-up, PDK right there with an easy shot. I mean, teed up. And that's the exact opener you need to roll in and start taking over. Cartifan's able to push into the far back right-hand side, gets really good scouting. You call out a target, you get the big slam. Cartifan got an enormous ult charge after off of that initial slam. And the beautiful opening pick from PDK. We are seeing Kintsugi play a more basic version of the Zarya comp without the Vendetta, just giving Lich on the Tracer instead, going for the Tracer Surge. We are, in fact, mirrored outside of the tanks. PDK with another great opener, Lich is able to find him. Lich takes a shot. Gorilla, she's going to chase them down with a little help from Ryan. So the 2v1 will force Lich away. Oh, and Grapes comes around for the kill. Now you've got Zeb in a little bit of trouble down low. Zeb has been playing Zarya since before Zarya was good. Hey, what's up, Lampent? Yeah, I feel like the Grapes pickup is new. I feel like the Grapes pickup is definitely new. I was a little surprised when we saw the sub out there in lobby. It did kind of ring a little bit in the gray matter. I'd have to go back and double check the power rankings to see if Grapes was on our power rankings pre-break. Sound barrier in, but a little too early. Zeb's able to get the grab on target. Fine, too. Cardi's so techie. Cardi's so techie. Able to trade out two in that before they bring down the ball. Now you got Ryan back here threatening on the remaining three players. PDK finds them. Winner now trying to hold on. God, the late trades out of card. People ask, why is ball good? That right there. That right there. Being able to take a lost fight, you swing too late. Suddenly, it puts the winning team on the back foot in a 99-21 situation. The wall jump slam onto 2. Sound barrier down from Natsuki to try to rush forward. Looks like all guns were pointed at Zeb, but PDK still takes the brunt of that assault. And EDM do manage to stabilize here, but only temporarily, it may seem. Or, excuse me, Kintsugi. No, they do have this. That was a color swap thing screwing with my head. I may thinking Kintsugi starting on the left, but swap to the right-hand side. Winner up to the high ground. It's a good shot from PDK. Almost got it. Cardi's going up for the kill. Winner's able to survive. The Cardi just returns to the point. Winner's going to plant a flag in the form of a bunch of tiny and little explosives. Continuing rush on to the point here out of Kintsugi. Or is that a Kintsugi rush? There you go. ADM will hang on and grab this opening round. Graves with an explosive final fight there. Seven Maples, thank you so much for the Prime sub. I appreciate you. That's really, really kind of you. I appreciate it. Huge, huge, huge. Ryan 10 and 1 of that opening map. Woo! And we'll stick with the Tracer. DM sticking with the ball here, but just gets immediately melted. We get the Reaper swap out of Lich. Moves up to the high ground to find PDK, who had opening kill there in the previous sub map. And a good adjustment. They melt through the wrecking ball immediately. First thing out of the gate. Oh, Zeb's actually able to graze grapes with that? That's crazy town. I can't believe Zeb actually caught grapes there. That's nuts. Oh, and that's going to be Winner in a bit of trouble. Cartifan and Ryan trying to converge up here. Winner's able to slide away. Good coverage. Suzu used, but Winner stands tall. It's Natsuki who falls down inside the kitchen. Cartifan makes a move up to the high ground. Winner trying to punish. Drops down to chase the wrecking ball. Gorilla protecting the escape. Zzzz just throw a Kintsugi rush down here on the bottom level. And it's going to be Kintsugi regrouping behind that. Watch for PDK dropping on the other side. Slide in, jumping shot to find the head of Lich. And he's able to catch Winner there at the end as well. So picking up both there with the OC. We're gonna a stick under our head just to close out the fight, give EDM control. Hey, what's up, Maddie? Little scout for the mines. They're waiting for Lich to circle through kitchen. Is what that was. There's a little bit of a spin move up top. Gorilla finds Lich, cancels the Death Blossom in there. Oh, but Grips is going to go down. Important with the grab in play. Wrecking Ball gets melted. And Lich's sacrifice not in vain. Kintsugi move in. Find... I don't know if revenge is quite the right word, but find value for their fallen friend. Bulls and Skunks and Blue Jays. Let's go. That had to be the kill in the grapes you're talking about being pot. Wasn't that crazy? That was a crazy shot. Speaking of grapes, they're going to throw down a sound barrier here. Ooh, see if they can isolate zzzz. Zzzz looks like they're able to back out, regroup. Winner, who had an OC in play. Ooh, finding out up close and personal inside the stables. I think dancing around the Wrecking Ball as well. Lich is still alive. Yeah, I think we have... Was this a 3v3 on this point? I believe it is. No, it was a 2v3. Winner just gets back in just a touch too late. Zeb's already down. Winner's going to get staggered. Yeah, let's say I'm surprised the Lich was playing as close as they were. ADM just going to buy some time there with those late kills. This really only gives Kintsugi one more try at this. Wait, there's an optional thing for the Zarya beam? Interesting. I actually may turn that on. I didn't know that was a thing. That's a really cool heads up. Anyway, I got distracted. Kintsugi, excuse me. It's gonna be Kintsugi. A Kintsugi rush. Wait, yeah, that one. Winner falls. Death Blossom gets nothing yet again. Sound barrier in from Natsuki. Zeb on this point trying to anchor. And he's just going to hold down this 99.99 fight as long as they can. They just rip it off, see if they can pick up a kill. Grapes is able to escape disaster, but Ryan cannot. Zeb moves back to the point. Grapes comes sliding through alongside cartifan to just keep this yellow bar alive. But now Lich has returned to the fight, and it's that much more dangerous. Winner is here as well for the cleanup. And this is looking like a round of Sanctum will determine this first map in Nepal. I'm just going to be calling them Kintsugi rushes, aren't I? I don't know. That's just the way it's going to go down.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 3. Capture the objective.
For how much snow is on the ground, you'd expect more snow on the top of the temple. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right. Long distance fight for bridge here normally, but you've got a Reaper and a Wrecking Ball in play. How does that change things? Well, those two will meet on the bridge, but only temporarily. Only in, like, ships in the night. That's going to be a Shadow Step in. Bubble used on the engage. We'll catch Gorilla at the top of the run. That was a big headshot just before the slide out. So the chase on to PDK. Lich knowing they were low and caught him before the mega respawn. Good first fight here for Kintsugi. An important one in this map of Sanctum. Once again, we'll get the Reaper engage, bubbled up, and Winner there to back it up. Your Gage Grapes. It's in that small little area like that. It's such a powerful engage. There's just no room to navigate. You know, Lucio's trying to count on that maneuverability to try to avoid some of this damage. Woo! Speaking of damage, that was 30 damage on the Lich. They got in Gorilla's face. They sealed the deal. It's a bit of a clapback here. A bit of a broken fight is what this is. Zeb's holding down the point. You got winner up in the top corner. Both teams are about half power here. My fun facts always distract Mr. Skunk. Yes, it happens. All right, there's the engage. You've gotten Death Blossom up with that one. PDK looking to counter punch. Going across the bridge with the overclock. Woo! Nice little turn shot. Oh, catches winner with the flick as well. Lich will come out here and dance, though. Picks up 2. Gleans off the patio. Holds on to the point there for Kintsugi. Did you know that Blue Jays collect paint chips? I saw a flock of like 40 Blue Jays run off a hawk at one point. The hawk was like in the dead center of this backyard, and the whole backyard was just surrounded by Blue Jays screaming at them. It was so that like I went out and checked on it because it was so loud. They were all just so cacophonously loud. Anyway, Blue Jays are crazy, crazy creatures. Actually, corvids, right? Like in the same family as crows? Aren't Blue Jays? I don't know. Wait, are Jays in the same family as crows? I think that's right. I think that's right. Well, with a good roof design, you'd aim for having a little, you know, some runoff. Yes, I know. South barrier here, Kintsugi at 99%. Trying to avoid a minefield. Now left on the objective. Cartifan's gonna get caught in the grab. Grapes loses the 1v2 at the top of your screen. And Kintsugi will take map 1. All right, Suravasa pick. Just as you say, Cardi has good mechanics, he rolls into a wall and it's, hey, that's just to make me feel better, all right? That's all Wrecking Ball players do that. Like it just happens. It just sometimes you just get booped, you get knocked, you get you clip something. It just happens. See, man, Zarya band there out of 8 a.m. Let's go take like some stats from map 1. Very, very close map 1. What are we looking at? We're looking at PDK at 14.8k damage. Still, it's giving me Zeb on the Zarya actually leading. Also at 14.8. What was that? It's at 38 more damage by Zeb. That Reaper swap. The Reaper swap ends up being an enormous play there from Lich, and you go into the close quarters sanctum. Very, very smart move. Okay, we are going to get the Zarya ban here out of 8 a.m. Immediately targeting Zeb. It's funny how these two takes. Cartivan versus Zeb is such an interesting matchup. We will get the Tracer ban and out of Kintsugi in response. Such an interesting matchup. Doesn't look like we're getting any changes as far as rosters are concerned. Getting ready to hit Suravasa here. One day, chat. One day we'll find our pigeons. I don't know where they ran off to, but we will find them one day. Zeb will go into their other hero. Pulling out the Eraser. Kind of as anticipated. I almost jokingly said it, but I wasn't confident they were actually going to do it. But yep, Zeb will go into the Eraser. Oh, and using the bubble gun. Let's go. That's Zeb. Winner rocking the Dallas Fuel skin. That's what I'm talking about. She can have to go play for the Dallas Fuel. Go play for the Dallas Fuel winner. Gets rolled through there at the start. That's actually Gorilla who comes up with the final blow with that one. I love the Echo Pick in here alongside this Wrecking Ball. The speed, and then right there. The Wrecking Ball does such a good job of doing good burst of damage. We can't always, surprisingly enough, finish the target. Having the Echo there to kind of balance that out, to where you can either open with stickies and finish with the ball, or open with the Wrecking Ball and finish with the beam. Having those options, just very, very powerful. All right, so Zeb goes into the JQ instead. So the Erase is not going to cut it here. Lich is able to run a 1v1 over Ryan, open up some room, and help move on to the point. We'll just kind of dono wall the stairs. Good knife would have prevented the escape, even if Cartifan had gotten that far. And we get a good flip. Once again, smart adjustments. This time it's Zeb going over to the JQ, and even though JQ's not in the best place right now, ends up being a smart swap. Works out, at least in this team fight. The knife, just the knives that disrupt a ball's movement momentum can be so dangerous. Genji has some wonderful voice lines. I actually got to meet the Genji actor at one point. Nope. Well, that duplicate did not last. I didn't even get to see what they were trying to duplicate. PDK is going to throw in an OC, see if they can get EDM back into this fight. Sliding on to the point. Here comes a couple of support players right in your face. Natsuki dangerously dancing in front of the overclock. Goes back in for a round two, but that song wasn't to their liking. We'll get a flip here. Both teams were deadlocked at around 70% here for this opening point of Marketplace. Will be a mine sound barrier and a Kintsugi rush to help hold that back, to help hold the line here, and hold they shall. Yeah, don't joke about killing my pigeons. You leave my pigeons alone. Sticky's pile drive all in simultaneously. Playing around that little pillar. Oh, the Death Blossom comes in on the other side. Lich decides to get into the mix. You do get a late pick. Cartifan's able to find a boot kill on the Z's in that roll through. No shot. Right there, we see the power of that Echo, that versatility comes in clutch there, that 2v2. And first cap will go to ADM. Get Lord. Wait, Lord? Oh, lordy, lordy. Alright, so let's go take a look at the Doppelganger. Oh, it doesn't quite get the ultimate alive. We got it alive, didn't get it into the battle. Which does get cut down. EDM take the fight up in toward the chandeliers. I don't think they like what they found up there. Barking up the wrong tree. Cartihan does eventually come up with Natsuki. And I believe Kintsugi have the rest of this fight. You do have Ryan and Gorilla are still here. As I say that, Grapes comes leaping over the tops for a kill. Zeb is going to go ahead and invest in the Rampage. Finds Ryan with that. Gorilla at 1 health. Climbs up to the ceiling to escape disaster. Zeb will take control of the point as reinforcements arrive. On quite literally a knife's edge, Zeb chases down Gracie with the use of the shout. Despite being low, OC thrown in from PDK is going to find Lich and a flip at 99% for ADM. Looks like Kintsugi just decided to relinquish control of this one. Rotational kills, transition kills here from EDM. I mean, this comp is just so good at this. Oh! Lich with the jumps here. Lich was like hiding in the bushes. Jumps, oh no. Jumps out to get the kill on Ducati. Death Blossom, and will at least take care of Ryan. You almost got Gorilla with that too. You almost got Gorilla. All right, we're looking at a sound barrier out of grapes here. Watch for Natsuki's to get built up. We'll see how fast EDM want to play this. Oh, they're just going to immediately pounce on to Zeb with a minefield, dropping the sound barrier and go. Winner does have an OC in play, but it seems a little superfluous at this point. Whoop. Give me Kintsugi Russian as well as an OC. Try to get back on this point. It's actually a winner who finds a kill. 2 shots land on the Lich, but they're able to reform away, grab the benefits of the shout. Shadow step up to the high ground. Ooh, can't quite avoid the duplicate rampage. Zeb tried to counteract. Says there's nothing like the real thing. Ryan goes down, lands the Gracie onto the Wrecking Ball, almost yeets him out. Actually does yeet him off the edge with the Gracie. It just took an extra second. Just that throw it off the momentum. I'm telling you, it's so delicate, so dangerous. We'll get some late cleanup here at the end of the fight. I know I should give you a more Lucio pop. I'm sorry. Free flip given over to EDM. I'm gonna have to remember that little maneuver right there. Put the grapple right in the middle between the window and the doorway. Just spin to win. Zeb at 1 health. A little bit ducking inside for that extra grapple space. You can pile drive in to seal the deal here on Suravasa. EDM tie up the series. It's a cool highlight intro. Not one you see very often. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that either. That was a really cool highlight intro. All right, back to a Kintsugi pick. We're headed to Shambali. All knotted up at 1 apiece. Now, it felt very close, but EDM seemed to always get the fight wins when it mattered. You know, it wouldn't surprise me if stats look very close in that map, despite being at 3-0 in the map, right? Who do we think got top damage? Ryan with that echo? That echo seemed pretty impactful. Maybe Lich, even though they lost. I mean, that kind of feels like the kind of map where even though they lost 0-3, that Lich might have still had top damage. Oh, that little, I was just seeing that window spot in the delay. That's such a cool spot. I'm definitely going to remember that. I'm definitely going to use that. Give me a Mercy Ban here out of Kintsugi. For whatever reason. Support, protect, I assume. Yeah, I mean, definitely feels pretty close. I mean, you do have, you know, extra deaths for the DPS. And AADM definitely won more team fights across the board, right? You're looking at... Oh, wow. Okay. All right. As I was saying, 2 to 6 deaths overall for EDM, were 5 to 10 deaths there for Kintsugi. So, yeah, I mean, even the stats, you know, pretty heavily favored EDM in that one. Nice clapback, good map pick, good ban, taking the Zarya out. I mean, interesting that, I mean, you would just turn on and ban the Mercy, not try to Not try to attack the ball or anything of that nature. Sticking with a mercy ban. Well, we're gonna get a Reaper ban here from the other side.
Ready for battle. Five, four, three, two, one. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload. Team kill.
All right, sorry. I'm here. Apologies. Let's lock in. We are rocking the blender comp seems to be working well. Zeb bubbles up through a pulse bomb through Ryan. Do I cover advanced games? Usually not until playoffs. And even, I mean, it's pretty rare, but, you know, if we get a chance during postseason, we will. I like to try to get all of the grand finals on. I will say that I would love to get all of the grand finals on. I wish ideally they staggered out their start times. It's gonna be Ryan getting a title blast. Let's see, what do you got? What do you got? Blake's hit. Oh, the bubble prevented the initial stun, but Ryan's still able to find winner. Grab throw it in. He'll find two. They're out of Zeb. You'll get PDK with that. That's gonna be plenty. ADM's Kitsu, counter by the beat out of Natsuki. I love the boom. Tried to kept cartifan from kind of lighted up there to set up top, but they meteor strike, go back up to the high ground. OC thrown in by Winter, but Lich is already down. Caught by that big right hook. Oh, nice shot catches. PDK peeking through the window. Even in the odds here. Kintsugi, you're threatening to start pushing up this, start putting up the hill, but Ryan and cartifan put a quick stop to that. Jump into the back line, pick up a pair, make it 3. Got the quick punch, dash, fake, jump over, like, just crazy town. Crazy techie. Crazy techie. Cardi's so tucky.
zzzz used early. Winnow got caught in the stun. Goes down once again. Here's the title blast. I think that one I actually caught. Lich falls, and despite the Kintsugi are struggling to get out of spawn here. They do pick up the kill on the cartifan. Graves comes up with 3 at the end of that fight, though. Now, with Cardi down, I don't know that they'll continue to hold. Here, let's see. Oh, Cardi comes flying in out of the sky. So the spawn hold continues. Under 2 minutes to go. The patience, the drop-in, Zeb just sits cartwheeling to the sky. Or sits skyward and cartwheels, is I think was what I was going to say originally. It would have sounded cooler, too. Alright, we got Kintsugi rush down low. Oh, grab throw to the mix. Lich will not get the Sundering Blade off, though. Ryan is able to find that pick. And this fight is just all over the map. We started to move towards the inside where Zeb does get a kill on the cartifan. And just running all the way up to claim the top of this hill. Just create a little bit of space to work here. So you've got Grapes and Ryan versus Zeb and zzzz. PDK returns, drops an overclock into the fight. Suzu used to help protect the Ruin, and Winter shows back up to help tilt things in the balance of Kintsugi. After crossing point A with tons of time, it takes them the entirety of the bank just to get up the hill here at point B. Cartifan going into the back, trying to see if they can put an end to this over time. Oh, just gets a beautiful volley into Winter. Zeb trying to bubble up, see if they can answer, but takes a punch. Can't quite lock down the kill before they're just punted across the map. And this card is stopped shy, 3.5 meters of its prize. 5 new story pieces coming out soon. Very cool. Very cool. Right. Yeah. Just that could be over the next year. In fact, it probably is over the next year. Because they talked about how they do these like start of the year patches to kind of set up, reset, do a little housekeeping on the code. My kingdom for a cinematic. An actual, real cinematic. I mean, the Kiriko one was so damn good. Yeah, see, I don't know that we're gonna have time for our second match. This match has taken time. We're not done with map 3 yet. We're already at the top of the hour. I don't know that we're gonna have time to get into our expert match, unfortunately. Hey, it just means this one's been good. This one's been hyper competitive. They've also been taking their sweet ass time in the band phase. Early picks. Going for... Oh, I don't even have your outlines on. God. Just that little hop, skip, and a punch combo, you know? I mean, crazy awesome. It looks so controlled. No wasted movement, no wasted energy. Definitely plot relevant by now. Yeah. All right, so I'm trying to hold here at the final 3 meters. Up to the high ground goes Cardi. You've got the meteor strike if you get in trouble. All right, didn't like it. And you got a boot from Natsuki. Wants to go back down to the low ground where there is a Kitsu in play. Here from the defense of Kintsugi. Very split EDM at the moment. Ryan and Cardi are all the way in that backside. PDK in the front line. I mean, this is a 2-1-2 split. Ryan goes back to point. Cardi drops it from the high ground and just catches Z's in the back of the dome. Now Kintsugi rush thrown in. Ryan finds Zeb. Immediate +2. It was looking like a very uncoordinated assault. Suddenly just converges into a beautiful symphony. And a point on the board.
Soothing your wounds.
No, Frey is not a cinematic. No, cinematic is full 3D quality. That's the either I think the Curie one's the last one they've done. You actually caught Cartifan with the spear. I just can't with that gun. I just can't. The sound is just too much. It's just too ridiculous. Yeah, I mean the ones that are like Pixar quality. Those are cinematics. With, I mean, actual high-level animation. And actually hand-animated, and, I mean, just beautiful. Like, those, that's a full-on cinematic. For sure. But, yeah, you had there's the Sojourn one, and then the Overwatch 2, like, launch trailer one that's just so infamous. And then the Kiriko one. Basically the only ones we've seen in Overwatch 2. You used to get them all the time. We used to get them all the time, originally. The introduction to Echo. Oh. The Bastion cinematic is one of the best. We're getting a pause call here from Ryan. They're all really... Never mind, says PDK. You also don't pause... You don't call... Anyway, you do it in the FACEIT page. Sound barrier head here from Kintsugi. Winner doesn't get it. But we seem to have EDM running into the similar problem of struggling to push up this hill. Oop, a little dance around. Lich can't quite locate the pulse, but you force the jump out from PDK. Ooh, Lich is now stuck in the corner, though. Disruptor's shot will force them out. Lich comes back in, trying to press the issue, but the mini wasn't quite there yet. They've got to turn and run, and they run right into Ryan. It was a bit of a bittersweet symphony. I guess it was a bit of it was.
I'm on fire.
That is life. Just trying to make some ends meet. And then they cap. And EDM are up 2-1. That's how the song goes, right?
This ends now. That's 2.
Ball ban here out of Kintsugi heading into Runasapi. Makes sense. Big, open, wide map. Get the wrecking ball out of there. Get you some stats there for map 3. Oh, but the original cinematics were so good. That's how fans were clamoring for a show for that first 6 years of that quality. Like, if you give us a show of that quality, oh my goodness. EDM with a dominant showing there. 4 to 8 deaths for EDM versus 7 to 12 on the other side. Winner getting focused down quite a bit. Then again, I mean, you know, we're seeing like Zeb had most damage in the lobby, but not able to convert. Not able to convert. That was Gorilla with 20 assists. I mean, Z's had 20 assists as well, actually. But like 8,000 damage. Oh, 8.7k damage dealt for Grapes. Holy cow. And that were young. Yeah, NCSU Valiant just started. We'll get the Lucio ban here out of EDM. I actually looked up what the Twin Bulls were. I got curious and I wanted to look up what they actually were. I'm gonna go double check so I don't. I want to. They're Pakusa Bulls. Pakara Bulls. Pukara. Toritos de Pukara. They're from Peruvian tradition. Placed in pairs on rooftops for good luck.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Symbolizing DNA identity and protection.
In 30 seconds.
There you go. We learned something. The Toritos de Pukara. The Twin Bulls of Runasapi. Alright, what are we working with here? We're back into the blender comp for Kintsugi. It should be a good map for it. You can see Bubble thrown on a Lich, where it looks like Lich is just sticking on Cardi. And you see just following the Doomfist around. Marked for death. That one pick is enough to basically win first fight. We're going to circle back around. Looks like Kintsugi will make it to the bottom of the hill. We'll start fighting for this open courtyard. Ryan moves in for a flank. Try to see if they can cut the legs off from underneath this thing. But Kintsugi continue to just surge forward. They don't really stop long enough to give Ryan a chance to really get anything done. Lich is able to find a kill on the front line and come back and peel for the supports. So, back-to-back fight wins. So far, a flawless run through Runasapi here for Kintsugi. They'll get a 90-second checkpoint, it seems. No casualties. He's tripled him out of having relationships. You're not wrong. That's a grab right from Zed. That was a very, very early grab. We had grab was the very first ultimate online. You know how rare that is, y'all? Like, holy crap, that was a fast grab. Cartifan gets a punch in, and Lich dies, and EDM find their first kill of the map. 2 minutes and 10 seconds, and Ryan receives the Tidal Blast, goes and jumps in. Oh, I'm aiming for winner, as they have every single Tidal Blast, but a good bubble from Zed is able to keep him alive through that. We do have a Kintsugi rush in play here from Kintsugi, so yes, the Kintsugi rush is in play. Cartifan jumps in for the punch. Orbital here is Natsuki playing the Juno. I like this adaptation here, actually. Able to provide some speed, and hey, you know what? We see those headshots coming into play. Picking up a kill on to Cardi late. Grapes has been a bit of a tour de force. We're talking about that near 9k damage we saw back on in Shambali. Yes, Maddie's 100% correct there, as far as the stakes are concerned. Thank you for that, Maddie. Very good. Knife's edge fight, or should I say a sword edge fight? A Palatine Fang's edge fight. All right, was that too much? Was that too far? Peel from Cardi. You give up a little bit of bot space to make sure you can secure the kill onto the Vendetta. And the rest of Kintsugi sheepishly backing away. Winner returns to the fight. Kind of draws everybody up towards middle of Main Street here. Nope, that was not Lich. Oh, I was watching the wrong player. Ryan sneaks around with the pulse while that's happening. And Grapes continues to pile on damage. The amount of damage this Wuyong is putting out is just insane. Like, it's incredible. I need to play more Wuyong, y'all. That was an interesting interaction. Cartifan like punched diagonally down because of the downward pull of the overhead strike. Ryan gonna go find winner again? No. Actually ends up with the knockdown kill on Disease. Didn't even turn and look at explosions because, you know, cool guys don't look at explosions. Stuck Ryan, well, I guess stuck the Tracer's butt there in Natsuki's face and let the Tidal Blast do the work. That, it sounded worse than I meant it. This is going to be a checkpoint picked up here from ENEM. And they're close to a couple of really good ultimates. We got a very explosive fight coming up here as we've crossed the 5-minute mark in the time bank. This might be a matter of who can hit the shots and what Lich has already hit him. Oh, Lich goes down. But you've still been able to remove the OC from this fight. So in comes the Kitsu. Cartifan got 2 at the punch. Meteor strikes back. Kintsugi kites away, throws the grab down right where Cartifan lands, but PDK returns with that overclockified 2. What a clapback. PDK returns just in the nick of time. So you can see the lead there, just at the bottom of your screen. One fight will get it, and Lich already gets punched right back in the spot. Gorilla with the Kitsu. A Palatine. We all want the Bull Skunk Wuyong. So, yeah, is it Palatine? More... It's going to be more romantic in pronunciation. As in the language, not the adjective. I'll have to go back and re-listen. I'm sure I'm not quite getting it right. That would just be par for the course. ADM get more than enough for the lead here as far as they were able to push the bot. I love how the little wings bounce up and down on the Juno gun. Whoa! Careful. Guardian just like appears out of nowhere. Guardian's so good. Like, I can't even poor Natsuki, man. Like, I mean, Natsuki get the bubble, just trying to fly away, but he's just getting hunted. Oh. My heart breaks for these supports. Oh, Gambas. Yeah. I'm sorry. I know, I've been off today. I'm so sorry. Natsuki once again just getting hunted. The Juno just... You kind of float around, but you don't have a whole lot of escapes past that with so much speed between the Doomfist and the Tracer. EDM do a great job of adapting here late in this map. Now, Grav will get you some trades, but it's not enough to get the bot moving the other direction just yet. Ryan's still lurking behind, and Winter has just got popped by PDK. Kitsu thrown into play here from zzzz, but PDK has the overclock. An EDM march past the archway. Pretty sure Lich just killed Ryan with the Tidal Blast on them. Like, just smashed over the top of the Tidal Blast. Also finds PDK as well. So Lich is not done with this series. How about some context? Where is Cartifan hiding? It's still an... you know what I meant, Maddie. Damn it. Winner with an opening pick here. Kitsu and play on the ADM. Can they finish this series right here, right now? Cartifan goes with a big punch, but you've got an orbital over the top, and Lich chases him down. It was what worked for him early in this map. If Lich is able to stick onto the Doomfist, good things tend to happen here for Kintsugi. Despite the nerf, what is that thing called? The something edge? Check this OC from Winter. Getting forces map 5. Woo! Wow! Catching Ryan with that little flick. I mean, just the instincts. Like, it's not even just active brain. That is just straight instincts. Using the force. Now we're going to have a Kitsune Rush available here for Kintsugi to push this thing home. zzzz has got to stay alive. There's the switch step to avoid Cartifan. Even gets a nice headshot. And as the rush hits the battlefield, Tidal Blast aimed at Winter. And so was the big right hook of Cartifan. PDK with the overclock has been able to whittle down the reinforcements. And EDM will hold the line, hold the lead, take the series. Zibosai, Lord of Ground Tanks. Unfortunately, not this time around. Not this time around. No, Zibosai died. I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, not this time around. EDM will take the win. Kintsugi folded 2 and 2. Quick look at stats before we're going to get set up. Projected edge, that's what it is. Thank you, good call. Beanpot, the projected edge was the one I was looking for. Yes, still learning all those cooldown names. Let's see. I think we're going to have to give Mr. Techie player of the match. Cartifan, 25 and 5 there on the Doomfist. And be it, whichever, be it the Doom or be it the ball. Cardi looked really, really good. And we'll get your player of the match here today. Good match all around. GG's.